Okay, I wanted to show you a couple devices. I've shown you one before. I was going to show you some. These are actually used for parties and raves. They're called GoFX. They're little LED jobbies. They're very bright. They run off a little watch battery. They come in multiple colors. Red, green, blue, strobe. Here you can see the various colors that I have. These little lights are obviously, if you're going to do painting of macro portrait shot for light layering, they obviously have spillover. The easy way around that is you use some duct tape or masking tape, specifically like black duct tape, which is industrial duct tape. And what I do is I make little snoots like this so I'm able to paint the light without getting bleed over. One of the most awesome tools to have is like a reflector dish. You could even use one of the it's actually very effective, and I've seen more than a few pros use it, although I'm using one of my strobe dishes made for my Einstein studio strobes. But you can use like a solid stainless steel salad bowl, and I just have clear tape holding this in place, and I've wrapped 2 strips of multicolored LED. This one little setup comes with the remote control, so I can actually change the colors. I could strobe it. Will actually flicker, do a number of oddball things. I don't actually need that typically for anything, but I've got all these colors to choose from, and I can actually crank down the intensity. Let me put it on even there. Okay, now it's flashing between back and forth, which I don't need. And just stick it on white. There we go. But I can actually use my remote, and there's a little receiver, just like on a TV, and crank down the light, and I can change the color, increase the intensity. It looks like it's flickering on the screen of the camera that I'm recording, but it's not actually flickering in reality. So, very, very handy little tool. I think currently these are going for like 45 bucks. You can get them shipped from China a lot quicker. Here's a little infrared receiver for the remote, and it's just a little tiny DC power converter, and it hooks to a wall wart that goes into your wall. I'll actually use this to paint with macro photography. So these are 2 of my favorite little tools. These are GoFX lights. They're $4 from eBay. These are actually made for raves, people that actually get stoned and go to parties, and they're twirling these around, and they're having a trip out psychedelic effects to their brain. But I use them for something else, obviously. As I mentioned before, one of the neatest objects in the world to get is one of these. It's a Velo shutter boss. You can set time exposure, self-exposure, intervals. You can make time-lapse movies with it. It's very cheap. It's available for any one of your Nikons that you have. This one's for the D750 or the Nikon D7100. So those are a couple of my favorite light painting tools for doing neat little time exposure effects. And thanks for watching. Bye.